Today we are making small batch lasagna. It is the perfect amount for two and the perfect solution to too many leftovers. Hi, I'm Leanne from YourHomeBasedMom.com. And can I tell you that one of the worst parts of being an empty nester is leftovers. I am not a fan of leftovers, and when you're only cooking for two, leftovers can be a serious problem sometimes. This small batch lasagna is the answer. Now, a typical lasagna recipe is usually made in a 9x13 pan. That is just way too much lasagna. As much as we love lasagna, I don't want to be eating it for days on end. So this recipe uses a 9x5 loaf pan, which is the perfect amount of lasagna for two. Let's get started. We're going to start with our meat mixture, and we're going to use a pound of ground beef. And I've just got that browning in here, and we're going to brown that along with a half of a cup of chopped onion. I like to use my cheater onion, which is what you find in the freezer section of the grocery store. It's already chopped for you, ready to go. And then we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. And then we'll just cook that all up until the meat is browned through. Once your meat is completely browned through, go ahead and drain off if there's an excess of fat or juice in there. Go ahead and drain that off. And then we're going to add in our tomatoes. We're going to use a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce and a 15-ounce can of, I like to use the petite diced tomatoes. I'm going to combine that along with a half a teaspoon of basil, a half a teaspoon of oregano, a half a teaspoon of sugar, and a quarter of a teaspoon of salt. We're going to mix that all together, and then we're going to let this meat mixture simmer and let it thicken up. I like my lasagna somewhat soupy, so I'm going to cook this until it starts to thicken up, but not too thick. I like there to be about 3 to 4 cups of sauce to work with. So just put it on low and let it simmer away. All right, while our meat sauce is simmering away, we're going to mix together our cheese layer. And what we're going to use is we are going to use a half a cup of ricotta cheese, and I like to use the whole milk ricotta. Put that into our bowl. We're going to add in a half a cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. We've got a teaspoon of dried basil, and then 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt and 1/8 of a teaspoon of pepper. And then we're going to take 1 egg that we've beaten up and add that in, and that kind of becomes our binder. We mix that all together. You want to make sure that egg gets nice and mixed in there. Okay, and then we're ready to assemble our lasagna. All right, once our meat mixture is ready, we've got our cheese combined, we are ready to assemble our lasagna. Now, true confessions. I have never been a huge fan of making homemade lasagna because I hated boiling the noodles. To me, that was the worst part of the whole thing. And then I discovered oven-ready lasagna noodles. You don't have to boil them ahead of time, and they work great. Now, if you can't find these in your grocery store, of course, you can boil noodles and use those. But if you're going to boil noodles, just make sure to boil them till they're al dente, so there's still a little bit of resistance to them, because they are going to continue to cook when the lasagna cooks, and you don't want mushy noodles. So, all right, so we're going to assemble our lasagna. We've got our 9x5 loaf pan, and we're going to take some of our meat mixture and just cover the bottom of the pan, probably about a ½ an inch thick. I'd say I'm probably using a generous ½ cup, a little bit more of sauce. Then we're going to take one of our noodles and just lay it on top, and it's just the perfect size, fits great in there. We're going to take our ricotta cheese mixture, and we're going to use 1/3 of it, okay? Because we're going to make 3 layers. So spoon out 1/3 and just spread it over the top of your noodle. Then we're going to take our grated mozzarella cheese, and we're going to put about 1/3 of a cup on top of the ricotta layer. And then we're just going to repeat the process. We're going to do sauce, noodle, ricotta, cheese again. We just want to make sure that we end the process with sauce on top and a final little topping of cheese. Okay, so we've got the sauce at the top. We're going to finish it off with our remaining mozzarella. And then, last but not least, we're going to take about a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese and sprinkle it over the top. And it is going to be ready to go into a 350-degree oven. But first, we're going to cover it with a piece of foil. Okay, we're going to cover it with a piece of foil, but it's a 400-degree oven, not a 350. So we're going to cover this and cook it for about 30 minutes. And then we're going to take the foil off and cook it for another 10-15 minutes until the lasagna is kind of set up. It's going to be nice and hot and bubbly around the edges. The cheese will be melted and just starting to turn a golden brown. Then you know it's done. All right, our lasagna is out of the oven. It smells delish. You want to let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes after you take it out of the oven, just to kind of let it set up a little bit so it's not too soupy. But then we're ready to serve it. Now, in this 9 by 5 loaf pan, it gives you plenty, 2 generous servings. In our house, we can usually get about 3 to 4 out of it. So it's a little bit of leftover without too much leftover. All right, now for the taste test. It's just the perfect amount for me of ratio of cheese to meat. That's really important with lasagna. Now for the taste test. Delish. It's perfect. We love to serve it with a nice green salad, maybe some roasted broccoli, and some homemade bread. I'll link to some of those recipes in the description below. Thanks for joining me in the kitchen today. You can find the recipe for this lasagna for 2 in the description down below. And be sure to click over here to check out some of the other recipes here on my YouTube channel. And as always, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel and turn on that little notification bell down below so that you'll be notified every time a new recipe drops.